Let's move on to talk about an election that's actually imminent in the United Kingdom, the slightly damp corpse of the British Empire. Because in less than a month, voters there will head to the polls, and it's close.
Prime Minister David Cameron is trying to fend off the Labour Party and its leader, Ed Miliband.
They are still neck and neck. They're a tenth of a percentage point apart.
A month to go now. Things are starting potentially to get a little bit exciting.
Potentially a little bit exciting. That is quintessentially British enthusiasm. This election might be, I mean, it could not be, it probably won't be, but it could be interesting. I'm sorry to have brought it up. I've wasted your time. The thing is, this election is actually interesting, from the race to determine who'll be Prime Minister all the way down to the local elections, where there are some very unusual candidates.
A UKIP candidate for this year's local elections in Bristol has been revealed as an international porn star.
He performs under the name of Johnny Rockard. For reasons of decency, we can't show you most of what's out there.
We can give you the general gist, though, and it is this. It's that. Now, you may right now be picturing what a porn star called Johnny Rockard looks like, but what you're imagining is wrong, because this is him.
Now that it's come out, I wouldn't say I'm that bothered about it, because it's nothing that I'm ashamed of in any way, shape or form.
Now, your reaction may justifiably be, that's Johnny Rockard. I didn't realise suburban middle-aged pharmacist was a fetish in Britain. And look, you're not wrong. I don't buy that man as a porn star. I barely buy him as a porn caterer. But let's put Johnny Rockard aside for a second, because the main race pits Prime Minister David Cameron against Labour leader Ed Miliband, who is fighting a public perception that, as 41% of Britons said in a poll last year, he's a bit weird. And he's not been doing a great job to disprove that. Last week, during the one and only debate in Britain, he left his notes behind on the podium, and unfortunately for him, the press found them.
On them, it would appear to say, happy warrior, calm, never agitated, me versus DC, decency, values, and relish the chance to show who I am.
OK, that clearly sounds pretty bad, although, to be honest, you haven't seen the note I keep on my desk for myself, which reads, you're a funny man, you're not a loser, don't let them see the sadness. Miliband, don't look at it. Miliband has also had some image problems following this embarrassing photo of him eating a bacon sandwich appallingly. Now, you might think that's nothing, but this has become a genuine story in the UK, with headlines such as, Ed Miliband looks weird eating a bacon sandwich. And sensing his opponent's weakness, the British Prime Minister has pounced.
The Prime Minister seems to be eating his way around the country, certainly today.
He popped into it randomly, like one does, popped into someone else's family barbecue and was trying to look sort of normal and cool and ended up eating a hot dog with a knife and fork. We saw him later on in the day in a pie factory sampling pies and making Scotch eggs, and he washed it all down with half a pint of stout. So it's all, I don't know quite what's going on, but they seem determined to see Cameron out on the campaign trail eating.
This is pathetic, because the UK election has apparently been reduced to an eating contest. They're one step away from putting 50 sausage rolls in front of each of them and saying, who wants it more? Go! Eat, eat, eat! I will say, though, the most nauseating thing that either candidate did this week was nothing to do with food. It was when David Cameron visited the set of Game of Thrones in an attempt to pander to the public, and he claimed to be a huge fan.
I'm on the set of Game of Thrones. As a government, we're going to go on supporting the film industry, supporting the television industry, so more fabulous television is made just like the set that I'm very excited to be on right now as a big throny.
First of all, siphoning goodwill from people who enjoy Game of Thrones is my thing, especially tonight. Especially tonight. And especially tonight, I refuse to believe that you are a throny, unless by throny you mean someone who fucks throw pillows, in which case, you're right, you're definitely a total throny. But finally,